by the crack of dawn.
I'm working late tonight, so I thought I'd take it easy this morning. Hey, that looks great, Vivian.
You shouldn't have to push yourself so hard, you know.
Well, I have to if I want to stay on top of things.
Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning, Brad.
Oh, Mark, I'm glad you're still here. I want to talk to you.
Well, sit and talk.
Can I get you a cup, Miss Wheeler?
Oh, thanks, Vivian.
So what's the big secret?
No secret. Just want to talk to you.
About what?
Dad? Mom? Fine, but I want this cleared up today. Okay, I'll be waiting for your call. Bye.
Mrs. Durker, I would like you to meet Mrs. Martha Ulster.
How do you do, Mrs. Oster? Hello, dear.
Mrs. Ulster was a good friend of my Aunt Hildy's, and I thought you might like to meet her.
Oh, well, of course I would, but unfortunately I'm right
You see, you two have an awful lot in common. Mrs. Ulster is very interested in oil.
That's right.
She holds several oil leases.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yes, from my dear daddy. I have had them for just years.
Isn't that interesting? Won't you have a seat, Mrs. Oster? Perhaps you'd like to have some tea. Why don't you fix a nice pot of tea for Mrs. Oster?
Right. How am I going to track you down? Yes, operator. I need the number of a Ruby Wright. W-R-I-G-H-T. Okay, 7492. Well, that's the Ruby Wright on 1745 Oak. No? Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
I don't know how you can sit there so calm. I didn't get a wink of sleep all night.
I did.
I know it. I don't know how you could sleep with Bo in there dead.
Honey, it was just like being married to him.
Well, I'm really tired of having him around.
I know.
We'll take care of it.
Who's that? Oh, Lurleen, would you calm down? I'm sure it's nothing.
It's probably that busybody from next door. Well, get rid of her.
I plan to.
Honey,
I'm
really
sorry to bother you
but-
like this, but this coffee cake just came out of the oven, and it's best when it's piping hot.
Well, that's very nice of you.
I hope you like walnuts. I thought maybe I should have checked first.
Oh, I do.
Oh, good.
Look, Lurleen and I have a lot to do today.
Well, of
We got a
course
real
you do.
busy day.
When you first move in, you've always got lots to do.
Good, I knew you'd understand.
That's why I'm here. What can I do to help?
Texas is brought to you by the Comfortable Diaper. Love's disposable diapers.
You want to talk about Mom, huh?
That's right.
Did you hear from her?
No. But I wouldn't be surprised if we did.
Why? What happened?
Well, I talked to Dad yesterday.
And what did he say?
That the divorce isn't final yet.
Is there some problem?
I'm not exactly sure, but I think that they're having some problems with the settlement.
Who's having the problems, Mom or Dad?
I get the idea Dad's being very generous with Mom. She's getting everything she wants.
And?
And the whole thing is still dragging out.
Oh, Dad doesn't need that.
Yeah. Given the circumstances, you'd think she'd let it be quick and painless.
If she was getting a good deal, yeah. How'd he seem when you talked to him?
He seemed calm. But you know Dad, he's not going to tell us how he really feels.
Nope.
But he did say that he's going to call Mom's lawyer and see if he can speed things up.
Well, that's good. Do you think that Rena might have had something to do with that?
I think so.
Yeah, dragged out divorce is always a strain, but now that Dad's interested in Rena.
Doesn't seem fair, does it?
No, it doesn't. Is there anything you want me to do?
I don't think there's anything either of us can do, but I just wanted you to know.
Well, now I know.
And maybe we could, be a little more sensitive.
Well, I'm talking to Dad later today. I'll see if I can get anything else out of him.
Good. I'll feel better if he's talking about it.
I'll do my best.
I knew you would. Listen, tell Vivian that I couldn't wait for the coffee.
Are you leaving?
Yep, gotta run.
Well, where are you going?
See a friend of mine?
Yeah, anyone I know?
I don't think so. See ya.
How was your tea, Mrs. Oster?
Oh, it's just fine. Why don't you have a lovely office?
Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Would you mind if I told you just a little bit about World Oil?
No, go right ahead.
Well, we would like to give you some of our brochures. However, I would like to say that when we handle a lease for someone...
Oh, dear. Do you mean you can only handle one at a time?
Oh, no. We can handle as many as you have.
Oh, good.
Just how many leases do you have, Mrs. Oster?
Now, you know that's written down someplace. I'm sure I could find out.
Oh, no, it's not important.
I really should know that kind of thing for myself.
Well, as I was saying, if we were to handle your leases, we would get personally involved. We'd like to have our clients involved in all...
Does that mean I'd have to make a whole lot of decisions?
Oh, no, we would handle all the details that are involved in oil leases.
This is just delicious tea, Allison.
Oh, thank you. Would you like to have some more?
No, thank you. One is my limit before lunch.
Perhaps you'd like to ask me some questions.
No, dear, you were quite clear.
Thank you.
Now, those leases, they are all for places out in the Panhandle and in Oklahoma.
Oh, really?
Yes, I've heard that's a good place to have them.
Excellent.
Well, thank you very much for the tea and for our nice chat.
Why, thank you. Anytime.
Do you know that none of those other oil companies ever offered me tea, and I just did not like them.
Is that so?
Yes, but I like you, dear.
Thank you.
I tell you, I just found a lot of those men to be, well, very aggressive, and I don't know, I just wasn't brought up that way.
Well, of course not. Don't you let them push you around.
I won't.
If we can do anything at any time to help you, please call us.
Well, actually, I was going to have Arthur call.
Arthur?
Arthur. J. Ballantyne, he's my lawyer. He handles all my little deals.
Ah, I see.
Yes, Arthur can set all this up for us. You know, Allison told me that you were the very person for me to deal with. Well, I don't know. I just like to check out these things for myself. Do you?
Pardon?
Oh, dear. I thought you wanted to handle those little leases.
Of course I do, but I...
Well, then, it's a deal. Now, Arthur will know all the details, like, where those leases are. Allison, you were so right to tell me that Mrs. Decker was the very person I should deal with.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
Yeah, now, sugar, don't you take a chill in that dress. Bye-bye.
Bye. I can't believe it. I simply can't believe it.
But I did the right thing, didn't I?
Hi there.
Hello, Vivian. It's Brett in.
No, she just left.
Oh, I see.
Ricky, come on in.
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Want a cup of coffee?
Yeah, please.
Hey. You know, I'm one of your biggest fans.
Is that right?
I watched you since you took over the Phil Roberts show. You're doing a real wonderful job.
Well, thank you very much, Vivian. Coming from you, that's quite a compliment.
Yeah. Well, I got some stuff brewing in the kitchen, so if you guys want anything, I'll be right inside. Just yell.
Thanks, Vivian. Sounds like things are going pretty good.
Well, career-wise at least.
Going all right?
Oh, can't be better.
How about otherwise?
Well, otherwise, I'm not so sure. I haven't heard anything from Hocker and Boots yet.
That wasn't what I meant.
Yeah?
I meant with Brett.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I think things are finally moving in the right direction.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
As a matter of fact, that's why I came over. I wanted to talk to her. I had to run off kind of quick last night.
Well, she just left a couple minutes ago.
Oh. Well, you know where she went?
Not exactly. She said she was going to go see a friend.
Friend. Yeah, I think I know who she means.
You don't seem too thrilled about it either.
Oh, no. It's not that. I'm just worried about her.
Brett? Believe me, she can take care of herself.
Yeah, I know that, but sometimes she gets a little carried away, and that enthusiasm of hers is going to get her into trouble one of these days.
You noticed, with Brett, there's always a possibility she'll get in over her head.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem to do too much good to tell her to be careful.
And it doesn't do too much good to worry about it either.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, I'm going to be over at the station, so if she should come back, I sure would appreciate it if you'd tell her I'd really like to see her today.
Sure.
Okay, thanks.
Ricky,
Yeah.
like I said, don't worry about Brett. With the both of us keeping an eye on her, we'll keep her out of trouble.
I sure hope so. So long, Mark.
Oh, well, here I... Did you do the right thing? Oh, Allison, you did the perfect thing.
I suppose I should have warned you that she was coming, but I didn't have time.
Don't you worry about that. She did throw me off balance a little bit, but, I like her.
She's such a nice lady.
Oster. Allison, come here for a second. And she said she didn't know how many leases she had. This couldn't be better.
May I see this?
Sure. Now, this is the way to start a morning.
I don't understand what this means.
It means that we had a very profitable cup of tea.
Will you teach me to use this book sometime?
Uh-huh. I'd be happy to. Isn't that something?
Yeah. I'm so glad you're pleased.
Pleased. Allison, this is what this business is all about, landing a client just like that.
Well, I knew you two would like each other.
I've got a question for you. You said that Mrs. Oster was a friend of your Aunt Hildy's.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't she talk to Ashley?
She didn't know Ashley. See, I met Mrs. Oster through my Aunt Hildy. Ashley was never around when she was.
Well, I'm glad you're the one who knew her.
Yeah, me too.
Why didn't you suggest that she go to Marshall Oil?
Well, I don't work for Marshall Oil.
But they're your relatives.
You're my boss. It's a different thing.
I see.
I want to do a good job for you, Rena. A real good job. And in order to do that, I need to feel I have your trust.
You've got it, Allison. You've earned it.
Thank you, Rena. I want to learn all about the business. And I hope that someday I'm as good as you are.
And a little bit better, I bet. I think we're going to have to find more things for you to do.
Great.
Now, that'll mean that you'll have to assume more responsibilities.
Well, that's just what I want.
Okay, you've got it. I'm glad my instincts were right about you.
Thank you, Rena.
Allison? I think I'll take you into Mr. Wheeler's office a little later. We'll tell him what happened, okay?
I'll be here.
That sure was a lovely surprise party your friends gave you last night.
It was quite a surprise.
Well, I had a wonderful time.
I'd like to thank you for helping put it together.
Oh, I didn't do that. Oh, your friends did everything. Didn't they, though?
Now, Lurleen, would you like another piece?
Oh, I'm sure it's very delicious, but we really have to get going.
I thought you were staying in to get settled.
No, we're going to the coop to settle things there.
Well, then I'll just be running along. You keep the rest of the coffee cake.
Thank you.
It was nothing. Now, if there's anything I can do to help, just give a call. I think it's just going to be wonderful being neighbors with you.
It's going to be a ball.
The coffee cake is really good.
We'll have to get the recipe. Now, can we get to work?
You mean Bo?
I think it's about time we got him out of this living room.
I don't know if I can lift that trunk one more time, Ruby.
All right. We won't take the trunk.
What?
Well, he's wrapped in burlap. We can just drag him out of the trunk and take him down on the freight elevator.
What if somebody sees us?
Well, we'll just have to make sure nobody sees us, that's all.
I'm getting really tired of this.
Well, do you think this is my idea of a good time, Lurleen? I'm sorry, honey. I promise you this time we'll get rid of him for good, okay?
I hope so.
You got any ideas where to take him?
I think we should head out toward Marshall Village. There's some more places out there.
All right.
And this time, Ruby, let's do it right.
Lurleen, the situation is well in hand. Now let's get dressed and get the show on the road, okay?
I never know what to wear when we're doing this.
Well, I certainly hope this time it's goodbye for good.
Get in here, will you?
What a nice invitation.
Have I made it clear to you never to come here again?
Rena? Hi, Mama. Hi, honey. Well, you certainly look cheerful this morning.
I always look cheerful when I've just closed a good deal.
Another one. Congratulations, you're turning into quite a businesswoman.
I tried.
I got your message, so I thought I'd better drop by.
You slept in.
Are you keeping track of me?
No, I'm just accustomed to seeing you up and about at an early hour.
Oh, well, I was out a little late last night.
Are you all right?
Oh, yes, I'm fine.
Okay, I just missed seeing you at Lurleen's housewarming party.
Oh.
Who were you?
I wasn't in the mood for a party.
I thought maybe that was because Ruby was there.
Oh, well, that's true. She's not my favorite person, but mainly I just didn't want to be in a crowd of people.
I felt like that myself at times.
I'm sorry I missed Lurleen. I do like her very much. Even though
she spends all of her time with Ruby?
Exactly. However, I did pick up a little something for her apartment, and I'm on my way over there now.
Oh, how nice. What did you get?
Some guest towels. I got them at that little bath shop in the Galleria.
The Galleria.
Mm-hmm.
You've been a very busy lady. Shopping, staying out till all hours.
I was not out until all hours.
But you weren't at the station, were you?
No, I wasn't. There's more to life than work, Rena.
May I quote you the next time you hole up in that office of yours for all hours of the night and day?
Well, maybe I've learned my lesson.
Really?
Oh, I'll get my work done. I always have. But, I think I might start enjoying myself a little more.
I'm glad to hear that, Mama.
even if I stay out until all hours.
Just don't make a habit of it.
Well, I will if I enjoy it. Well, honey, if that's all you want to see me about, I'd better be on my way.
Okay. Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, no trouble. And congratulations again.
Mama?
Yeah?
You never did tell me where you were last night.
That's right. I didn't.
Miles, what's wrong?
You know what's wrong. I don't want you here.
Yeah, I know what you said.
Yeah, but you didn't pay attention. Brett, this isn't a game.
I know that.
Do you? I asked you not to come here, but here you are. You know, there's a possibility, a strong possibility, that you've placed both of our lives in more danger.
Oh, Miles, I'm so sorry. I was just so worried about you.
Please, Brett, will you just let me do what I've got to do alone?
Miles, I want to help
Look,
you.
we've already been through all that. I appreciate you loaning me the money.
Oh,
and you'll
that
get it
was
all
nothing.
back.
I don't care about the money,
I
Miles.
also appreciate everything else you've done for me. But this is it. Finish. Is that clear?
Perfectly.
I don't want to make you angry. But you've got to understand that from now on it's imperative that I operate completely alone.
I understand.
Now I'm asking you to go. I want you to leave here and never come back.
All right. I'm sorry.
Brett. When this is over, I want to see you again. We will meet again.
Ruby, are you sure we should be doing this?
What do you want to do, Lurleen? Leave him in the living room?
Well, I'm worried about taking him outside during the day.
Lurleen, that is the whole point. Nobody's going to be suspicious of two girls carrying a package in broad daylight.
I wouldn't exactly call this a package.
And besides, nobody's ever on that freight elevator during the day.
How do you know? We just moved in.
Lurleen, this negative attitude is not going to help things at all. Now, come on. Are you ready?
Would it make a difference?
Get your in.
Got it.
All right. Wait. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
All right. Now, I want you to hold him for a minute just till I go see if the coast is clear, okay?
Ruby, I can't hold him here by myself.
Lurleen, sometimes you act like you've never done this before. We'll put him in the chair. All right, got him?
Got him.
Okay. Oh, a minute.
Good morning, Ruby.
Have some breakfast.
Stay tuned for the next part of Texas. On
Night at 6.
And now, the next part of Texas.
Gotta get him back in the trunk.
What happened?
We got a visitor. It's Mrs. Spellman.
Mrs. Spellman? What does she want?
I didn't stop to ask.
Oh, Ruby, what is she gonna think? You slamming the door in her face?
Oh, we just couldn't let her see Bo. Lurleen.
Oh, what are you gonna tell her?
I'm gonna tell her, hi, Mrs. Spellman, how are you? Now push.
Ruby? Ruby, is there anything wrong?
Be right there, Mrs. Spellman. Oh, okay.
Ruby, what on earth is going on?
Nothing. Why do you ask?
Because you shut the door in my face.
Oh, that. Well, it's a reflex action. And besides, we weren't dressed.
I see. Hello, Lurleen.
Hi, Miss Spellman. How are you?
I'm sorry if I've come at a bad time for you.
Oh, not at all. We were just unpacking a few things.
Well, don't let me interrupt.
Oh, no, we were just about done. In fact, we just got the last of it put away.
Mrs. Spellman, can I help you with something?
No, thank you.
Mrs. Spellman, where are my manners? Would you like some coffee? We have some cake that the neighbor brought
Lurleen, I
us.
think
Now
Mrs. Spellman is probably in a hurry.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I am. Lurleen, I just dropped by to apologize for not making your housewarming party last night.
Oh, well, I'm sorry you couldn't make it. It was a lovely party.
Yes, that's what I heard. However, I did want to drop this off to wish you luck in your new home.
Oh, thank you. Isn't that sweet, Ruby? Oh, we really appreciate your coming all the way over here.
Real sweet.
Oh, you shouldn't have brought... Oh, look at these towels, Ruby.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Spellman.
Oh.
My pleasure. You have a lovely apartment here.
Oh, thank you.
Just lovely. Did the furnishings come with it?
It did. We were so lucky to find it.
Well, I know you're going to enjoy it even more once you get all settled in.
Yeah, I think once we get rid of this big old trunk, we'll feel better about the whole place.
Well, I've really got to be running. And once again, Lurleen, I'm sorry I didn't make your party last night.
Well, it was quite a surprise.
Well, and Ruby, I'm sorry I came at such a bad time.
Oh, Miss Spellman, you just come back anytime you want.
That's right, Mrs. Spellman, and thanks for the towels.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Ruby, I don't know how much more of this I can take.
Lurleen, it's almost over. Now, come here. Come on. Now, we're going to take a deep breath, and then we're going to try again. Hopefully for the last time, okay? Go.
Rena.
Hi, Mark. Can I do something for you?
Yeah, I was looking for my father. Have you seen him?
He said he was going to see his lawyer about some business that he has in Boston. Is it important?
I can talk to him later.
Hey, Mark, do you have a second?
Sure.
I have some news for you.
Good or bad?
I'll let you decide.
I definitely call this good news.
Thought you'd say that.
Rena, when did you do this? I didn't even know you were working on this.
Well, it happened this morning, and I wasn't working on it. Allison did this. She led Mrs. Oster right into this office.
Allison.
Mm-hmm. And the deal was closed 5 minutes later. I wish half of our deals were this easy.
It's great work, Rena.
Thank you. Can't wait to see Grant to tell him about it.
Yeah, I have to talk to, my dad, too. You mind if I stick around?
Of course not. Make yourself at home.
Who knows? Maybe he'll have some good news, too.
I can't believe I forgot those reports. Stryker.
It tastes cheesier. It's my cheese.
Any man that is stuck with you is a sucker.
Well, what do you think a judge would say when I tell him that the baby's daddy was a male hooker?
But if threats don't work, Cecile has another plan to win her husband back.
You remember the smell of my perfume, don't you? And what it was like to be in bed with me, don't you?
This week on Another World.
No, you can't do that.
Why not?
The night moves 2 spaces one way, 1 space the other way.
He has to move like
Yeah,
that?
yeah, he has to.
Then you could jump me.
You don't jump in chess. That's checkers.
Checkers makes a lot more sense.
You'll get used to this, Vivian. It's a lot more challenging.
I like a good challenge.
Good, good. So, what are you going to move?
Just give me a second. Now, the minister...
Bishop, that's a bishop, not a minister.
The bishop can move sideways, right?
No, it goes on the diagonal on its own color. What'd you do that for?
Was that a dumb move?
No, Vivian, That was not a dumb move.
Hi, Miss Wheeler.
Hi, Vivian.
John's teaching me how to play chess. You want to help me?
Or me?
Not right now.
Is it anything wrong?
No, not really.
Ricky Decker stopped by here today.
He did? When?
Just a little while ago. I told him you were out, so he came in and talked to Mr. Mark.
What did he want?
I think he really wanted to talk to you. He told Mr. Mark to tell you that he was going to be at the studio today.
Okay.
He said you could stop by any time.
Okay, thanks, Vivian.
Miss Wheeler, would you like me to drive you?
She's already gone.
Maybe I can catch her.
She doesn't want you to drive her anywhere. You just want to get out of here.
And why is that?
Because you know I'm going to take your queen.
Yeah, that could be one reason.
Mark, that's a very presidential posture.
Oh, hey, Dad. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Rhea was looking for me. She around?
Well, she'll be right back. She's down in the map room verifying some locations of new oil leases.
New ones?
Well, I'll let Rena talk to you about it.
All right. Tell her that I stopped by, will you?
Dad.
What?
I was wondering if you had any news for me.
I'm not sure that I know what you mean.
Well, Rena mentioned that you were meeting with your lawyers.
Yes, that's right.
I was wondering if they had anything to do with the divorce.
Have you been talking with your sister?
Yep.
What did she tell you?
That the divorce isn't final yet?
That's right.
And that there's a possibility it might drag on for a while, is that right?
Well, that's always a possibility, Mark.
Dad, I hope you're not letting this get to you.
What, does it seem that way?
No, but we are concerned about you.
Mark, I just don't want you and Brett to get involved in this.
We are involved.
I know, but I don't want you to have the feeling that you have to choose sides.
Brett and I know that.
Good.
But we also understand how important it is to you, especially now.
Why especially now?
Well, you haven't exactly hidden your feelings about Rena.
Oh? I haven't?
And the divorce could pose a problem, right?
Mark, Rena is very important in my life right now, and I would like that relationship to be able to grow, to develop.
Yes?
But I'm not sure that that can happen just now.
I see.
But it's something that I don't want you and Brett to worry about.
Well, maybe not, but I want you to know that if there's ever anything I can do for you, you let me know.
Well, thank you, son. Thank you for your understanding.
We aim to please.
There's the man I've been looking for. Don't move.
Didn't expect to see you home?
I forgot the budget reports.
That doesn't sound like you. How are you, honey?
Fine. Stryker, what are you doing here?
I had some things I had to pick up.
Why didn't you call?
I didn't want to upset you.
Upset me?
Well, I knew that when I got here I wasn't going to have any time. You'd be down at the station. There's no chance to see you.
You weren't even going to call?
I just didn't want to rile everything up.
I don't understand.
Well, I had no idea when the plane was going to get here, and I know as soon as it got here, I was going to have to take off again.
I see.
As a matter of fact, the plane's waiting for me right now. I got to run.
Stryker, is everything all right?
Yeah, everything's fine. I'm just so darn busy, but everything's fine. I'm sorry to give you a start like this. Now, you give my love to Rena.
I will.
Thank you. I knew you'd understand. Take care, here.
You too, Stryker.
Rena, it looks as if you've done it again.
Pretty nice, huh?
Very nice.
Now, I have to be honest with you. I did not pull this off by myself.
No?
Just a minute. Allison, would you mind coming in here for a second? Right away, Rena.
Hello, Allison.
Hi. May I introduce you to the young lady who guided Mrs. Oster to World Oil?
Allison, are you responsible for this?
Yeah, well,
was nothing.
Well, it's most decidedly not nothing. You did an outstanding job.
Thank you, Mr.
And I think your efforts should be rewarded somehow, don't you, Rena?
Absolutely.
Allison, you can look forward to a bonus in your next check.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Allison is going to be a very busy lady from now on.
Rena says she's going to be giving me some new responsibilities. That's what I really want.
Looks like I better, look out for my job.
Well, maybe we all better look out for our jobs.
I'm very proud of you.
Oh, thank you. Well, I got to get back to work. Thank you.
Thank you again, Alice.
Mr. Wheeler, in the presence of Mark, I would like to ask you if you think that I made the right decision in hiring Alice.
Well, Rena, if Allison never does another thing for World Oil, you have made a brilliant decision.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I heard that. And I agree.
I also think she's going to do a lot more than bring in those leases.
Really?
Mm-hmm. She's a very bright girl, and she's not afraid to work.
There's no question about that.
I also think that she's demonstrated her loyalty to World Oil.
That she has, and that is what I was afraid of.
Can you imagine the fit that Justin Marshall is going to have when he finds out that he lost these leases?
Rena,
Yes.
is it possible that Justin will take this out on Allison?
Oh, dear. I didn't think about that.
She may be in a very difficult position.
Yes, I'll make sure that Allison will be fine.
How do you propose to do that?
She's 18 years old now. She doesn't have to take any guff from Justin. I'll simply
Rena.
tell her...
Rena, don't you think it might be the better part of valor to stay out of their personal life?
Yeah, you're right. But if I find out that he's been rough on her, he'll have to answer to me for that.
I'm sure he will. You're quite a woman.
And I say, amen to that.
You were better to me than I was to myself. For me, there's you, and there ain't nobody else. I want to stop, and thank you, baby. I want to stop, thank you, baby. Oh, yeah, how sweet it. Hey, I'm glad you could come by.
Ricky.
Oh, I'm glad to see you too, honey. Is something wrong?
No, nothing. You just told me, Rena.
Sure. Is it Miles?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, I went to see him today.
What did he have to say?
He said that he doesn't want to see me anymore. He wants me out of the whole thing.
He did, huh?
Yeah, he was very clear about it.
Well, good.
Ricky?
No, Brett, I think he's right. You should not be involved.
Yeah, what about him?
He's going to come out of this all right, and you know that.
No, I don't know that.
Brett, he can take care of himself. And he obviously cares enough about you to try and protect you.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just want to help.
I understand.
And now all I can do is wait.
That's rough.
Yeah, it sure is.
Oh, listen, I'm sorry. My break's over. I got to get back to work.
Okay.
Listen, will you stick around for a little while? I'd like to take you down to the cafeteria later. Maybe some of that bad food will cheer you up, huh?
Okay. I'd like that.
I'm sorry that this thing is bothering you the way it is. I'm sure there's something I could do to help you.
Oh, Ricky, you're doing it. Thanks for being here.
Anytime. Anytime at all.
All right, you ready? I've been ready all morning. You know, I think we're getting better at this. Oh, not again, Ruby. This is not funny. Erlene, come on. You go wait in the bedroom, and I'll get rid of whoever it is. All right, just hurry. I will. It's probably just that nosy neighbor from next door bringing us lunch. Yes?
Ruby Wright?
Yeah?
Where do I know you from? Well, I'm looking for a friend of mine, Bo Baker.
You got the wrong place.
Wait a minute. You are Ruby Wright, aren't you? Look, I'm sure I know you.
I don't know anything about Bo Baker. I don't know where he is.
Well, I just want to ask you a couple of questions.
Well, I'm real busy right now, and I really don't... You're that friend of Brett Wheeler's. I saw you at the coop.
That's right. Now, please, I need to talk to you.
Mister, if you don't get out of my doorway, I'm going to call the police.
Now get in there and don't make a sound. Now, look, I have no intention of hurting you, but I want to know where Bo Baker is. Right now.
Stay tuned. Texas will be right back.
I told you, I don't know anything about Bo Baker.
When was the last time you saw him?
I can't remember.
Well, try.
Look, you're a friend of Brett's. You don't need the gun.
When was the last time?
Why do you want to know?
Why don't you stop asking the questions and start answering? Where do I find Bo Baker?
I haven't seen Bo for a real long time.
Well, I think you've seen him just recently.
Honest, I haven't.
All right. I got plenty of time. I'm gonna get you.
This part of Texas was brought to you by New Formula Era, a new combination of powerful cleaners. Cleaners that will work hard on your whole wash, all concentrated into one water cup. Today, Bryant Gumbel talks with actress Susan St. James and takes a look at the record business. Then, later tonight, watch The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. Johnny welcomes the beautiful actress and model Brooke Shields and funny man Dom DeLuise. Next, expect the unexpected. Late Night with David Letterman. His guests are Steve Tessich, the man behind Breaking Away, and comedian and one-time presidential candidate Pat Paulson. All tomorrow on NBC. Each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Texas.
The lake is partly ice covered and waves in ice-free areas will be increasing to 4 to 7 feet tonight. For Lake St. Clair, south to southeast winds 10 to 20.
Time for the continuing story of Another World.
I've told you this before, but it's just got to stop. I've got so many hours in my day, and you act like Ace High's entitled to all of them.
I swear, Billy Joe, I never saw anybody make such a big fuss out about getting rich.
I'm not talking about getting rich, Justin. I'm talking about time here.
Your time is money.
I know. My time is your money.
No, that's not true, Billy Joe. You got as big a stake in Marshall Oil as I do. You know, Ruby negotiated a nice little escalator clause in your contract. Now, the more profit we make at Ace High, the bigger percentage of that profit you're going to wind up taking right to the bank.
The largest bank account in the world isn't going to help if I don't have time to live, Justin.
Try living without a bank account, Billy Joe. It's just not much fun.
I know all about that. Neither of me have spent most of our lives scraping by. But, Justin, enough is enough.
There's no such thing as enough. Well, that's why I'm starting up this whole new line of additives.
I don't care about your new additives.
Sure you do, Billy Joe. If we play our cards right, it's going to attract a lot of attention, generate a lot of publicity.
I know. And the more publicity it generates, that means all the more time I'm going to spend away from my wife and my son.
Billy Joe, you're being very short-sighted about all this.
No, I am not. You're asking too much for my life, Justin. And it's going to stop.
More coffee? Yeah. Now then, tell me, Ashley. Have you had any luck trying to keep my brother's enthusiasm in check?
What do you mean?
Well, I heard that he was talking about going back into racing.
Yeah, oh, yes, that.
And I heard that you weren't exactly thrilled about the idea. I gather that he's overextended his finances again.
Paige, have you been talking to TJ?
Yeah, he knew you were upset. He was concerned about you, hon.
Great. That's just great.
Ashley, something wrong?
Yeah. The last thing I need is TJ Canfield interfering in my personal affairs.
Hello?
Mr. Hannibal, it's Adams.
Yes?
I have bad news.
What?
It's Miles Rehnquist. We've lost him.
Well, find him. And find him fast. If you value your life, find him fast.
Why don't you stop asking the questions and start answering? Where do I find Bo Baker?
I haven't seen Bo for a real long time.
Well, I think you've seen him just recently.
Honest, I haven't.
All right. I got plenty of time. I'm gonna get you...
Why did you do that? He was holding a gun on you. He wasn't going to use it. He wasn't? Of course not. He's from the police. Oh, Lorleen, he's not from the police. He's a friend of Brett Wheeler's. How do you know that? Because I saw them together at the coop. Oh, Ruby, what have I done? Well, offhand, I'd say you put him to sleep. And you broke one of our landlord's vases. I've killed him. Ruby, I've killed him!
First part of Texas is brought to you by the first powdered detergent with a full-strength fabric softener built right in. Bold 3. Cleans, softens, controls static. Bold 3.
Billy Joe, come on, simmer down.
No, I can't. Not why you keep on pushing me the way you are.
Billy Joe, you know, I got a lot of faith in you. You're a good man. That's why I picked you to be my ace high spokesman. That's why I wouldn't ask anything from you that I didn't think you could deliver.
Well, that's exactly what you're doing, Justin. Have you got any idea how much time I've been spending taping all those commercials for you?
Billy Joe, hear me out. Just sit down. Hear me out.
This isn't going to work, Justin.
Well, now, maybe not. I've got a very big dream, Billy Joe. I want to spell it out for you.
All right.
But this additive, it's not just an isolated idea. It's all part of a master plan that I've been trying to work out. If I can get the pieces all to fit together, you and I are going to be on easy streets.
What kind of master plan are you talking about?
Racing, Billy Joe. You and I, Marshall Oil, are going into the racing business. Not local stock car stuff, no. I'm talking Grand Prix. I'm talking about international circuit.
Yeah, but I don't know anything about Grand Prix racing.
No. No, but I do. I've been there. I was almost at the top of the heap. Only a couple of things kept me back. Money, freedom. I was always dependent on other people, always racing other people's cars. But this time, I'm laying out my own ground rules. I'm setting my own specifications. This time, the Marshall Miracle is going right to the head of the international class.
The Marshall Miracle?
That's the name of the car that I'm going to build. It's the car that is going to take you and me right to the top, Billy Joe.
Well, just I gotta admit, this is kind of exciting right now. How am I going to fit into this?
Right in front of the camera. After the Miracle gets off the drawing board and onto the road, there's going to be a lot of victories, a lot of publicity. And that's when we're going to start our new ad campaign. We're going to tie our new additives in with the standard Ace High line. And you are going to convince every kicker, every plowboy to come into our service stations and put his money in our pockets.
Oh, wait a minute here. What you're really saying is you want even more work from me than you're getting right now.
Temporarily, Billy Joe.
Justin, do you know I was at that TV studio till 5 in the morning Christmas Eve doing those commercials for you?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, you're sorry, but you're not going to do a thing about easing up on the pressure, are you? You're wearing me out, Justin. You're wearing me out. You got me doing so many commercials. You got me making so many personal appearances that I've got no time left. No time at all for my family life.
From what I hear, you're building a nice mansion for that family of yours. You want the best for your family, don't you, Billy Joe?
Sure I do.
Well, the best costs money. If you'll just hang in there for a little while longer, Billy Joe, you and that sweet little family of yours is going to have all the money they're ever going to need.
How much longer?
Well, that's kind of hard. Can't come up with an answer right now, but I'd say, well, maybe in a couple of years, I can promise you, you'll be sitting in that fancy home of yours, surrounded by your family. You'll be thinking about this and laughing about it.
You think so?
I know so.
Well, maybe a little bit more.
Once we get Ace High off the ground, it's going to sell itself. If you'll just stick with me now, Billy Joe. A couple of years, you just, once in a while, show up, shake a few hands, go on home with all your money.
I hope you're right.
I am, Billy Joe, I am right. So you just go on out there and go to work. Go to work!
Ashley, you're jumping to conclusions. TJ wasn't interfering. He was merely worried about you.
I don't care how worried he was. Paige, I told him something in confidence, and now I find out that he's told my financial affairs to half the town.
Oh, no, he hasn't. He's only told me, and the only reason he did that was because he knew I would share his concern.
There's nothing for either of you to be concerned about.
I'm not so sure. Justin goes ahead with his plans for expansion, then Marshall Oil is going to be very dependent on your inheritance.
Well, then there's really nothing to worry about. Because my inheritance is invested in a very strong portfolio.
That's not what TJ says.
Yeah, I know. He thinks that I should diversify. He thinks that I have all my investments in companies that only deal with minerals,
Well, maybe he's right, Ashley. Have you ever thought about that?
Well, it's really none of his business.
Oh, look. Ashley, TJ took a big chance when he came to Marshall Oil. Now, he has a lot at stake here.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Well, why won't you even listen to him if he's only wanting to help you?
Paige, I have no intention of altering that portfolio.
But if TJ is willing to sit down with you and go over A, B, C, D, all of the investments that you could have...
I can't touch those investments.
Why not?
Because I can't. And that's all.
All right.
Paige. The last thing I want is to fuss with you. Now, I'm sorry. I guess I'm just, I'm upset about Justin and all this race and business and everything.
You don't want him to drive?
No, it's too dangerous, and there's not even a need for it. Look, if you and TJ really want to help, try to get Justin from doing all that craziness again.
Okay, I will. But I don't know what good it's going to do. You know, Jess, once he makes up his mind, it's practically impossible to change it.
I got good news for you, Lurleen. You didn't kill him.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I can feel his pulse.
Well, thank heavens for that. What are we going to do with him now?
I don't know, but we got to come up with something quick. He's not going to be too happy about this when he comes around.
If he is a friend of Brett's, what do you suppose he was doing with this?
I don't know. He seemed pretty desperate. Kept asking me questions about Bo.
Well, why do you suppose he wanted to do that?
I don't know. I don't see any connection between Bo and Brett Wheeler.
You think we ought to call Brett and let her know what happened?
No, I don't think that's a good idea. We don't know who this guy is or what he really wanted.
Well, you said he was a friend of Brett's.
Yeah, I know, but he could have been just using Brett to get to me.
Or to get to Bo. You said he kept asking about Bo.
I can't figure it out. I think we better just get rid of him.
Oh, Ruby, you can't do that!
Oh, Lurleen, would you calm down? I don't mean permanently. I just think we ought to dump him someplace.
Oh, Ruby, you don't mean we're going to dump two men, one living and one dead?
Got any better ideas?
I'm not up to this, Ruby. Before I met you, I never told a lie in my life. And look at me now. I'm lying all over the place and dumping bodies.
I know what we're going to do.
What?
We're going to dump him like they do in the movies.
The movies?
Yeah, we're going to fill him full of whiskey and we're going to leave him in a dark alley.
Oh, but what if he comes to?
We won't give him a chance. We'll call the police and we'll report him as drunk.
But Ruby, if the police come here, they're going to want to search the place.
Yeah, but it won't matter because by then we will have gotten rid of Bo's body. And there won't be anything for them to find. Wait a minute.
Ruby!
Oh, it's okay, Lurleen.
Who is it?
It's me, Gretchen. Oh, that made my day. All right. Come on, let's try to get him in the kitchen. Help me set him up. Oh, okay, hold on. 1 minute. Okay, go.
Ruby, Lurleen, what's going on in there?
I just hope he stays passed out till we get rid of Miss Nosy. Or he's gagged, at least that will help.
I don't like this, Ruby.
You think I'm crazy about this, Lurleen? Howdy, neighbor. How you doing? Sorry we're a little late answering the door, but we had a spot of trouble in here. The way this... Paige?
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
You were 1,000,000 miles away.
Oh, 10 or 20, not 1,000,000.
Well, wherever it was, you sure look happy.
I've never been happier, Nita.
come on. Out with it. Did you make a deal for a new collection or what?
Nope. This happiness has nothing to do with page 1.
Then it must have something to do with TJ.
What makes you say that?
Oh, come on, Paige. I have eyes. You've been spending quite a bit of time with Mr. TJ Canfield lately.
Hard to keep a secret from you, Nita. Yeah, I guess I have. I've been enjoying every minute of it, too.
He seems like such a nice man.
Oh, Nita, he is. He's funny, he's thoughtful, he's sensitive, he's a little unpredictable. But most of all, he's comfortable.
Comfortable?
Yeah. You know, I haven't had much luck with men. I've had some kind of bad experiences. And after Dennis, I just never knew if I could give myself to a man again. But with TJ, it is so easy. There's no pressure, no panic, no trying to be something or trying to prove anything. He's just very, very special. And very comfortable.
Oh, I'm glad. I know what you mean. Oh, when I first got divorced from Billy Joe, I was so unhappy. So afraid of living alone.
Yeah, but then Billy Joe came along again, didn't he?
Yeah. He's a changed man. And I love him now more than I ever have.
You know, it's funny. It's, kind of like the two of us have come out of the clouds into the sun.
Ooh, you sound like you're in love.
We both do. While I'm out in that sun, Nita, I'm going to enjoy it.
Well, what sort of trouble are you having? I heard an awful lot of scuffling going on out there.
I broke something.
Well, I'd say that you did.
Well, actually, I was the one that broke the vase.
Oh, no, she's not. It was my fault.
I was the one.
Honey, I don't want to argue about it.
But I was the one. Right. You were the one who bumped into me. But I was the one who dropped the vase, right? So it's my fault.
Well, how'd you happen to drop a vase way over here?
Simple. I moved it from over there, and Lurleen bumped into me. It's really no big deal. It's not worth talking about.
Well, now, look, I'm sure that you ladies haven't had a chance to unpack all your cleaning stuff, so why don't I just hop next door and I'll bring back my dustpan and my brooms and my vacuum sweeper.
Oh, that'd be nice. But it's not necessary because I bought all that stuff this morning at the hardware store.
Well, good. I'll just go in there and...
You know, I don't know when I've seen a more neighborly neighbor. But I really don't want you to put yourself out.
Well, I wouldn't be putting myself out.
You know, I know exactly how you feel. I had a grandmother, God rest her soul, who just could not do enough for family and friends. But see, the way I look at it is this. Lurleen and me made the mess, so we're going to clean it up.
Look, I'd be happy...
It's not necessary. Thanks a lot for dropping by.
Okay.
What are we going to do?
Well, this is from the competition. How's everything over there at World Oil?
Couldn't be better.
I'm sorry to hear about that. What's it like working for Rena?
Wonderful.
Ashley wouldn't be very happy to hear about that. According to her, Rena is a monster that devours secretarial assistants for breakfast.
Well, maybe, but with me, she is super. She's thoughtful, helpful, and patient. I just couldn't ask for a nicer boss.
Sounds like you know how to handle her.
I think I do.
What's your secret?
Loyalty, respect, mutual trust.
You think Rena trusts you?
Yeah, I know she does. I think she may have had her doubts at first because of you and Ashley, but I think after today I may have set all those doubts to rest.
Oh, how'd you do that?
I introduced her to Mrs. Martha Oster.
Who's that?
Mrs. Oster is a good friend of my Aunt Hildy's.
Well, if she ran with Aunt Hildy, she must be a pretty wealthy lady.
She is. She is filthy rich. She's a widow with lots of property.
Yeah.
A huge, huge ranch.
Uh-huh.
And lots of oil leases.
Oil leases.
Uh-huh. Mrs. Oster and I discussed them.
You came right over here to tell me about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oil leases.
Mm-hmm.
Think this is terrific.
I knew you'd be pleased, Justin.
Ruby, he looks like such a nice man. It doesn't seem right to just dump him.
Oh, Lurleen, we can't take a chance. You saw how close Ken and Gretchen was here.
Oh, I thought my heart was gonna stop when she started toward the kitchen.
Oh, I know. And knowing her, she's going to be back in 5 minutes with a vacuum cleaner, so we really got to get moving. We got to get him out of here.
How are you gonna move him, Ruby? Well, we can't just drag him into the hall and drag him into the elevator.
Yes, we can. We're going to use this.
The laundry hamper?
God. It's a lucky thing I brought it upstairs for all those drapes and bedspreads we had to wash. It sure is coming in handy for this little maneuver.
Oh,
let's see. Flip it over on its side here. All right. Well,
at least he'll fit.
Yeah, he'll fit. Then I think we should try to cover him up with blankets and stuff. Oh, good.
Okay. Oh.
Easy. Okay, that's good. All right. Nobody's going to know what we got in here. If we cover up with blankets, we can push them all the way to Dallas. Nobody'd guess the truth.
Let's just get it over with.
All right, just a minute. I want to get the booze. I don't know, Lurleen. What's he look like to you? Scotch drinker or a bourbon man?
Ruby!
Bourbon.
Oh, Ruby! I just hate this!
Yeah, I'm angry. I am very angry.
Why? What did I do that was so terrible?
You betrayed my trust.
Actually, that's simply not true.
Oh, well, what do you call it? I finally take you into my confidence. I thought I could rely on you. Lord knows I need somebody I can talk to. Somebody in this business that understands the problems that I face.
I was trying to help. I listened, and I offered you advice.
Uh-huh. And then you had to go run into Paige and tell her everything I said.
Not everything.
Really? What'd you leave out? You told her about my Aunt Hilda's portfolio. You told her about details of my personal finances. You told her that Justin was overextending the company and that he was going to get into this racing thing and the fuel additive.
All right. I admit it. I told her all of that.
Why, TJ? Why did you have to do that?
Because I care about you. And so does Paige.
Wonderful. Unfortunately, there's nothing that either of you can do to help.
Don't underestimate Paige. She's a very intelligent woman. She's also family.
TJ, this is not family business.
She might have some ideas that are worth listening to. She also might be able to reason with Justin in a way that neither you or I can.
All right. I accept that. And I know that you meant well, and I know that you're only trying to help. But please, stop telling everyone you meet about my personal problems.
Ruby, this is wrong. No matter what you say, it's just plain wrong. Quiet. I'm too nervous. I'm just glad Miss Kate isn't here to see this.
So am I.
Oh, Ruby, we can't do this. For all we know, we have an innocent man in this basket. He might have kids and a wife somewhere, and we're going to get him in trouble with the police.
Lurleen, innocent men do not go around carrying guns and busting into people's apartments.
Maybe he had a reason.
Yeah, he did have a reason. It had something to do with Bo.
I still think we should have called Brett.
Lurleen, would you just cool it? It's only going to be a few minutes now.
I hope so. Ruby, what if somebody comes and...
Oh, howdy, ladies. Well, you must be new in the building.
Yeah, we're new.
Well, it's quite a load of laundry you got there.
Have we been saving up?
Yeah, we hate to make too many trips.
Well, let me give you a hand.
Oh, that's fine. Please don't trouble yourself.
Okay. Hope I get a chance to see you two around the pool.
See you there. That was close. Lurleen, just keep cool, okay? It's almost over. All we gotta do now is just unload him in the alley and pour the booze over him and then call the cops.
You sure this is gonna work?
It always does in the movies.
Now, I want you to tell me all about Mrs. Oster and her oil leases.
Well, I met her in this little coffee shop in the Galleria. She recognized me right away, and we started talking about Aunt Hildy. And Mrs. Oster said that she thought Aunt Hildy was the smartest businesswoman she'd ever met.
Well, Aunt Hildy certainly knew how to make her money work for her.
Uh-huh, and that's what I said, and that's when she brought up the subject of leases. Now, she inherited all these leases from her husband, and she doesn't know the first thing about oil. And she doesn't trust any of the people that she's talked to about it.
Oh, this is great.
So naturally, I told her that I worked for an oil company and knew lots of trustworthy people who knew all about oil leases.
Love it. I love it.
So I made an appointment with her, and I took her right over to see Rena.
Rena?
Uh-huh. And would you believe it? They made a deal right on the spot then and there. Rena says the leases are worth a small fortune.
You took her to see Rena?
Oh, sure. Sure, it was the best way for me to repay all the kindness she's shown for me, you know, and to prove my loyalty to her. Boy, I don't think she's ever going to doubt me again.
Oh. You're kidding.
No, it's the gospel truth. And I wanted you to be the first to know about it. I knew you'd be proud of me for pulling it off.
Proud. Hardly the word.
Well, I got to get back to the office. There's no telling what kind of assignment Rena's going to have in store for me now. Oh, will you be sure to tell Ashley about this? I don't think she thinks I have what it takes to wheel and deal. This ought to prove that she is wrong.
Yeah.
I can't help it, Ruby. This is really wrong. Hang in there, Lillian. It's all going to be over in a few minutes. They're going to catch us. No, they're not. Come on, give me a hand here. Ruby. This man is going to be in terrible trouble. It's all going to be our fault. Come on, Lily, get down here and help me. Help me with the head. No. All right, fine. I'll do it myself. Oh, Ruby. Oh, I can't watch. Don't do that. Oh, we have to, Lily. We've got to make sure he's not cold by the time the cops get here. Oh, I guess it's enough. There. Okay. All right. It's over with. Ruby, I really hate this. I know, honey. It's pretty tough. But it's got to be done. You okay? All right, come on. Where are we going? We're going to go upstairs and call the cops. Come on, Lurleen. Don't worry, I'm not going to use our real names. Now, come on. Come on. And we got one other job to do.
Stay tuned for the next part of Texas. And now, the next part of Texas.
Hi.
Hey there,
Did that
beautiful.
scare you?
How are you?
Okay, how are you?
You know that last night was a landmark occasion for us?
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. For the first time, we got together and nothing got broken, nothing got stuck, and nothing ran out of gas.
Well, don't smirk yet, cowboy. I'm afraid we're not out of the woods.
We're not?
Ashley came over this afternoon. When I started asking her about the financial affairs of Marshall Oil, she got very upset.
I know. I've already been called on the carpet for telling you.
You have?
Mm-hmm. I wish you'd been a little bit more discreet.
Well, I don't see why I should have been more discreet. I didn't know it was a secret.
Well, it was.
Well, in that case, I think you should have been more discreet. You shouldn't have told me.
I thought you could help.
Well, that's what I was doing when Ashley got mad.
You know, if you were able to talk Justin out of these expansion plans, maybe Ashley wouldn't have anything to be angry about.
Oh, no, Mr. Canfield, I'm not getting any more into this mess than I already am.
Coward.
Do me a favor, will you, please? The next time that my brother or sister-in-law tell you something in confidence, don't use me as a sounding board, all right? Just keep it to yourself.
Ashley, we have to talk.
About what?
About Allison.
Something happened?
What's wrong with your sister? Why can't she have the same sense of family loyalty as Gregory?
Whoa, now, Justin, you got me a little confused. Now, it used to be that Allison was always right and Gregory was always wrong. Now, why the sudden change?
You're not going to believe what Allison's done.
Try me.
Apparently, your Aunt Hildy had a friend here in Houston, a very wealthy friend, Mrs. Martha Oster.
I don't know.
Well, Allison does. Well, she went to Allison with a fistful of oil leases. Ready to be negotiated, might I add. Who do you think she took her to see?
I'm afraid to ask.
Let me tell you this. It wasn't me. It wasn't her brother-in-law. It wasn't the man that put a roof over her head, food in her mouth.
Where did she take her?
Where did she take her? Took her to World Oil. That's where she took her. She convinced Mrs. Oster to sell her leases to Rena Decker.
Light as air. It's really weird. All right, I'm done. Help me down. Okay, come on. You know, I got a real good feeling about this. I think we're just about to see the last of Bo. I hope so. Yeah. Once the cops find that guy in the alley and we dump Bo, we'll be off the hook. Then we can finally start enjoying our new apartment. Where we can dump him, Ruby. Let's take him up toward Marshall Village. Didn't you say you knew some good back roads out there? Yeah. There's a good one out near the old Arroyo. All right. Let's head to the old Arroyo and dump this husband of mine for good.
The doctor's Billy tries to buy the Telltale Diary.
I told you, I don't have anything to sell you. You can do anything for money. In fact, you've done almost everything anybody could do.
Well, maybe I've changed.
But as Natalie starts a new life with Luke,
you're happy, aren't you?
Yeah.
It could all come to an end because of Billy's desperation this week on The Doctors.
I can't even believe that Allison could do that.
Well, she did. She took a fistful of very good oil leases and was put right down into Rena's lap.
Well, now there has to be a reason.
Well, I'll give you two choices. Either she's a fool or she's an ingrate.
Okay, now, Justin. I mean, Allison is naive, but she's no fool.
All right, we're down to the last choice. She's a traitor.
I warned you. I told you that Rena Decker would do this.
You can't blame this on Rena.
Of course I can. I told you that she would wrap Allison around her little finger, and now she has.
I thought Allison had more sense.
She's young, Justin. See, you think that because she looks like an adult, she is one. She's not.
She's had a good education. She's lived all over the world.
Yeah, and she always had Aunt Hildy there to protect her and get her out of trouble.
Well, why didn't you keep her out of this?
I tried. You're the one that said give her free rein.
She's your responsibility. She's your sister.
Now, you're not going to lay that on me, Justin. It's your fault that she's even at World Oil. Yeah, you said let her make her own decisions. You overruled me and said let her work there. Now, you're just going to have to live with it.
I just don't understand this, Ashley.
Neither do I.
Why'd you do this to us?
There's more to this than meets the eye. You give me some time. I'll find out.
Hey, where am I?
Now that's an original line, huh?
I'm serious. I was just in an apartment over here.
Well, you're in an alley now. I don't know what you've been drinking, mister, but you must have had a gallon.
Yeah, sure. That's why we could smell you half a block away. Oh, look, you guys got this all wrong.
Hey, now come on. Take it easy. Don't get excited.
Look, I'm not excited. I want you to make a phone call for me.
Sure. We'll take care of all of that when you get down to the station.
I'm not going to any...
Hey, now, come on now. Take it easy. Come on, Dave. Now, check him out.
Hey, Si, what I found? Is this yours?
The turnoff is really near here. Lurleen, you are driving like a crazy person. You have hit every hole from Houston to Marshall Village. Hey, this is the old Arroyo Road. Okay, don't pick up speed. Just take it easy. I'm going to look for a place to dump you. This is still too near the highway. Lurleen, I thought we'd never get off the highway. I thought for sure we were going to be picked up by the cops. Lurleen! Say that! Don't even think it! I can't even think! My brains have been scrambled in my head way back there in the Houston city limits. Lurleen, that's it. Stop. I don't care where we are. Stop!
Well, I don't understand why I had to come all the way over here from the hotel. What is so important that it couldn't wait until you got home?
Because what I have to discuss with you is business, and I don't want to chance an argument in front of Gregory.
Oh, Gregory won't mind. He's used to arguments.
What were you thinking of, Allison, when you took Aunt Hildy's friend over to see Rena?
I work for World Oil.
You also live with me and Justin.
Rena Decker has been very good to me. She gave me a job, and she took me seriously while you were still treating me like a little kid.
You are my sister, Allison. Justin is your brother-in-law. We are in competition with World Oil. Your job description does not include getting oil leases. Now, why would you turn your back on your family and take Mrs. Oster over to meet Rena Decker when Marshall Oil needs those leases?
Well, I didn't know you needed the leases. The way you and Justin act, it's always like everything has gone so fine. Besides, I only did what was right. Rena Decker trusts me. What am I supposed to do? Betray that trust?
Rena Decker doesn't trust you any further than she can throw you.
You're wrong, Ashley.
And even if you think you do owe Rena Decker something, let me tell you, there are far greater loyalties in this world than just business loyalties. Now, I want you to think about that.
Well, I don't have to think about that. I did the right thing. I followed my conscience. Now, I work for World Oil, and I intend to stay there. That's where my loyalties are.
I can't believe that you said that.
Well, I did. And
Allison,
I meant it.
We are talking about family here.
Ashley, there's no point in discussing this. What's done is done. Let's just drop it, okay?
So late.
Oh, gosh, I've been wrapped up in this straw, and how late is it?
Well, it's late enough. I waited as long as I could. I called Mrs. Carpenter. She came over to sit.
Oh, good. How's Billy Joe Jr.?
I guess he's okay. He was a little cranky until I fed him. He was asleep by the time I left the house.
Did you give him the rest of those apricots?
No, I brought some bananas home, so I gave him those instead.
I swear, honey, you're going to turn that child into a monkey.
Yeah, well, I'm going to turn into a scarecrow unless we do something about dinner.
Well, honey, you didn't have to wait for me. You could have just gone ahead.
I don't like to eat alone. You about ready?
Yeah, just about. Hey, I got an idea. Since you have Mrs. Carpenter, why don't we just drive over to Maggie's and have some supper, okay?
Well, if that's what you want, but I was kind of looking forward to that chicken fried steak and gravy that you do so well. You know, I got stuff ready before I left the house.
Well, it'll keep. You can have it tomorrow.
Yeah, if you get home in time.
Look at this, Billy Joe. Look at this. Now, this is the sports outfit that the people from the Lindermere commissioned. I just think it's the best thing I've ever done. You see these pants, all the material? Well, they're my variation on a Raja pant look that was very big in Italy just this fall. What do you think?
Oh, I think it's just real nice, honey.
This work is so satisfying to me, putting all my efforts into something that I can really be proud of. It's a far cry from working at Maggie's, wiping off tables and filling sugar bowls. Now I'm a fashion designer, doing my own designs and being paid for it. Oh, gosh, it's so exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is exciting.
Feel like a whole new person.
Yeah, well, this same person right here is going to starve to death unless we get a move on.
Okay,
Come on.
okay, I'm coming.
Hello?
Hello, Ashley.
What do you want, Hannibal?
Nothing special, Ashley. I was just thinking about you and Gregory.
Really? What about Gregory?
He's such a nice young man. It's a pity he's so lonely.
What makes you think he's lonely?
I saw him the other night at the Spindletop card room. He was playing at the pool table and he seemed very much alone.
Stay away from him, Hannibal.
Oh, I couldn't do that, Ashley. He's such a polite young man. He recognized me immediately. I was very pleased.
I mean it, Hannibal. I don't...
Stay tuned. Texas will be right back.
I think this place is gonna work.
Yeah, looks deserted enough. Well, let's get going. Oh, this looks like a good spot over here. You could just drag him behind these bushes and then nobody'd find him for weeks.
Ruby?
What, hon?
The tailgate's down.
I saw you put it up.
I know, I did, but it must have shaken loose.
Oh, no.
What?
Bo.
What about Bo?
He's gone.
He's gone.
This part of Texas was brought to you by Zest, the deodorant bar that leaves no sticky soap film, so you feel really clean. Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Texas.
Near 8, partly cloudy and colder Thursday with a chance of flurries, high near 20. North to northeast winds increasing to 15 to 25 miles an hour and gusty this afternoon, diminishing to 10 to 20 miles an hour tonight and Thursday. The extended forecast for south.
us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Another World.